Hello everybody, you're watching Voice of Madison Park Black History Month episode, Speaker Series, Episode 1. I'm your host, Jefferson Eleanor. In this new series, we are celebrating Black History Month and learning about authors, athletics, financial coaches, and many other professionals that are making a difference in the Black community. We have a special live audience with us, students from MP, who will be a part of this conversation and will learn more about these different individuals. And on today's episode, we have a grateful, amazing guest here with us today, and it's Rusha Brown.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here with you all today.
Of course, thank you for coming. We're excited to learn about you today and your career and what you continue to do outside of, basketball. So tell us about yourself.
Well, my name is Rusha Brown. I am a former professional basketball player. I played 17 seasons, both internationally and in the WNBA, where I got a chance to live internationally. I played in Spain for 2 years, France for 2, Italy for 4, Greece for 1, and Korea for 1. But I also got a chance to be a pioneer in the WNBA, being one of 96 women the first season to play professionally in the WNBA. So I played 6 years with the Cleveland Rockers, and then I retired after my 7th season, which I played with the Charlotte Sting.
Wow, that's big right there. That's like you're a big part of the WNBA. So
I was a part of the foundation, so it was definitely a lot of sacrifice and a lot of being able to lay the groundwork for the young ladies that are playing today. But I would not trade not one experience because it helped mold me into the woman I am today.
Well, let's get into it because you played 17 seasons, right? 17 seasons in 6 different countries. Was that stressful? How was that? Like going, taking flights back and forth. How was that?
I've always enjoyed traveling. So the stress of it was never about the travel. It was difficult being so far away from home and not having the opportunity to spend time with my family or even have anyone come and support me while I played. But what got me through was the fact that I loved the game and the opportunities that it presented me with. So I got a chance to travel all over, meet some amazing people, eat some great food, learn some different languages, just do some amazing things. And like I said, it just helped me to be more tolerant of different people because I was always in different environments.
Yeah, I was going to mention, you've been to all these different countries. You picked up any languages from there on, like what languages do you
Yeah, you're in a different country. You want to know what people are saying. So I have a working knowledge of all languages based on the countries that I played in. But I speak fluent Spanish, Italian, and my French is, I understand way more than I can speak, but I definitely know what's going on.
Okay, that's good. What keeps you in your career? Well, how did you start basically in the WNBA? What was your origin story? What made you get up and say, you know what, that's what I want to do, and I'm gonna work for it?
It's funny because I started playing sports after my father passed away as a freshman in high school. And I realized that my mom was not going to be able to send me to college. So for me to go to college, I had to figure out a way to get a scholarship. And being as tall as I was, sports was the best option for me. So I started playing basketball as a sophomore in high school, picked up the ball for the first time and fell in love with it, and just continued to work and get better. And once I saw that I could impact how good I was based on how much work I put in, I loved it because I could get better no matter what anybody else was doing. It didn't depend on anyone else. So I worked really hard, and by the time I was a sophomore in high school, I was the number 2 recruit in the entire state of South Carolina. I had hundreds of college scholarship offers, committed to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, but then decided to renege, and I went to Furman University in Greenville, South Carolina.
That's great. It's amazing. What kept you going? What was like your main motivation, after going through that loss? What kept you going? What motivated you to say basketball is my thing?
My father was a huge sports fan, and when I was growing up, I watched sports with him, but I wasn't interested in playing. So it wasn't until I lost him that I wanted to find a way to stay connected with him. So basketball did that for me.
Right.
And he was a huge Lakers fan, so I supported the Lakers and even ended up working in LA at some point. But I really enjoyed it. Once I, got involved in it, it was something that really touched my spirit, the competitiveness and being able to take care of my body physically as well as, touch people in the world and provide entertainment.
Right. And speaking of the challenges that you face in basketball, what are some unique challenges you think going into your career that you faced in basketball? What it has to do with like the game itself or like outside adversity and stuff?
Absolutely. I think, like the higher the levels that I went to, the level of competition got even better. So when I was in high school, of course, I was just learning how to play, so everybody was better than me. And then I got to be one of the best ones. But then when you go to college, you know, that pool shrinks, that talent pool shrinks. So now everybody's good. And even more so once I went to the pros. I played professionally for 3 years before the WNBA started. And I was witnessing talents that I'd never seen because I went to a really small school. And I wasn't playing against the top caliber teams like Tennessee or Duke. You know, I went to a super small school, but I got a chance to see the top level and I learned how to work. And so the things that I did on the court impacted how I lived my life off the court. And, you know, I just really believe that the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So I learned how to work really hard on the court, which translated to the way that I did things off the court.
Right. Was it a hard transition for you? I know athletes have to give up a lot of things in order to dedicate their work to what they're doing. So was it hard for you to transition?
There was definitely a lot of sacrifice because I spent 10 years away from home. I lived in Europe for 10 years where I came home for like 2.5 months. And the first 3 years, I got a chance to spend with my family. But once the WNBA started, I would come home, play in the WNBA, go back overseas. So 7 years, I played 7 years year round, where I spent limited amount of time with my family and friends. So it's really difficult because I'm a family-oriented person. I enjoy my friends and relationships really matter. But everybody who was in support of me chasing my dreams understood. So they supported me how they could, be it phone calls, letters, you know, coming to my games when they could. So I just understood what my mission and my goals were, and they supported me in that.
Right, that's great. I can't imagine being away from home for 10 years like that. Only visiting them for 2 months too?
Absolutely, for 2 months. And then once the WNBA started, it wasn't even that. They would have to come see me because when I came back to the States, I was traveling all over playing in the WNBA.
Yeah. Well, we have an audience here today, and obviously we have some athletes in the crowd, I'm guessing. What are some advice you have for them in terms of being an athlete, what it means to be an athlete, and the diet, you know, stuff like that, things that you focus on when being an athlete?
You know, I really take pleasure in having the opportunity to share with other young athletes because I know the things that I learned is that when you step into an arena, you get to show yourself the way that you want to be seen. And you always want to give the best of yourself, working really hard and traveling and having access to so many different things. I've been around the top athletes, entertainers, lawyers, doctors, and the thing that I've learned is that the people that are most successful are the ones that are passionate about what they're doing. And you have to be committed.
Yeah.
So when we say that, your passion means, it's an acronym that I share with everybody, your P is your perseverance, understanding that stuff gets hard, but you got to figure out how to push through. Your attitude, being the person that people want to support because you work really hard and they want you on their team. Sacrifice, knowing that you got to give up something in order to get something else. Setting goals. Don't be afraid to map out your route of success by putting down what you want and then challenging yourself to get there. Your I is your inner strength, knowing that you have to believe in yourself even when nobody else does. Even when nobody else does, because people are not going to have the same vision of you. So they'll definitely try and talk you down and, you know, discourage you from what you want to pursue. And your O is your optimism, being able to find something positive in every situation, even if it's negative, because your mindset impacts your success. And, you know, especially as athletes, we look at life as wins and losses, but you got to look at it as a win and a lesson. Either I get what I want or I learn from the situation so I can get better for the next time I have an opportunity. And our end is never giving up. Like, we just can't quit. And so, like I said earlier, so many things that I learned on the court has transferred into my life as a woman and as a business owner, as a community servant, and it's helped me to do successful and be successful off the court as well.
And with that being said, what are some of the common mistakes you see young athletes do and that you want them to, you know, change, and how can they avoid them and overcome them?
Yeah, I think it's really important that you understand your forward-facing persona, like who you give to the world is really important. And being consistent, because you don't have to fake it if that's just who you are. And especially now in the days of social media, people find ways to enjoy themselves that may not be pleasurable to people who could potentially seek to sponsor you or support you. I've seen kids get scholarships taken away based on their social media profile, having a red cup in their hand. And you just got to be really mindful of who you present yourself as, because people are definitely watching. And so I think it really makes a difference to be your best self and present at all times.
Yeah, no, I really, truly, I've seen a lot of the social media part of it, so it's just you gotta watch. If you're gonna dedicate yourself to being an athlete, you just gotta watch what you do online. It's like digital footprint, basically.
Absolutely.
It's deep.
Because there's a lot of money associated with now, especially with the NIL deals and people aligning their brand with you. If you're doing things that could cut money, college athletes now are making millions of dollars based on NIL deals.
Wow.
One picture of you in the wrong place at the wrong time could cost you $1 million. And so you don't want to put yourself in that position, just being in the wrong place at the wrong time and making a bad decision.
Yeah. Well, you know, going back to you being away, you playing your basketball career, so you had to be away from family. How would you say you balanced your friendship and your professional life all together?
You know, I think different people go through different phases. And so as I transitioned and I was playing internationally, my core group of friends, I still had them. Like I would fly home and I was like, okay, I only got 2 days. I'm gonna come be in your wedding, but ain't none of the other stuff. I'm coming in and I gotta leave. So I committed myself to the people that I cared about, and they understood my journey. So it wasn't about, you know, them saying, oh, Rusha's never around. They understood that I had something that I was pursuing, and that level of excellence required my full attention. So they didn't try and keep me from it. And I just find that the people that are most in tune with who you are and what you choose to be will always support you and are aligned with that. So, and family for sure, everybody watched. Like there were times my family would get on a bus, they would get everybody together and travel to a city where I was so they can come watch my games. So it was never about how often we communicated, but just the quality of the communication when we did have it.
Right. And back to basketball real quick. So what position did you play?
Starting out, when I played high school in the beginning, I was a forward and a center.
Okay.
But after my career, by the time I completed my career, I played every position but point guard.
Okay. So, you know, what challenges did you face in those positions? Which one would you say is like the hardest, so, you know, challenged you the most?
You know, defensively, I could defend everybody from point guard to 5, but I think offensively challenging myself to increase my ball handling skills and be able to shoot from further out when initially, you know, because you're tall, coaches always say, okay, get on the block. But when I went overseas and I played in Italy, I had a coach, his name was Paolo Rossi. And Paolo was like, no, I'm going to use you out here to defend these guards because you're just as quick as them. So in doing that, I needed to be able to shoot better too and, you know, be able to get to the basket, which was my ball handling. So he really challenged me to stretch my level of expectation and my skill set. So I think he was one of the people that I attribute to the advancement of my skills.
All right. And with the way you played, did you have like someone specifically you looked up to? As like a basketball player you looked up to and you were like, I want to be like this person?
You know, when I was coming up, there was not women's professional basketball at the time. So I always watched the men.
Right.
But then again, that wasn't realistic because I'm not going to be able to jump as high as one of the guys or, you know, do the things that they did. But the work ethic were the things that I really attributed to. Absolutely. So I love Charles Barkley and how hard he played as far as rebounding.
Right.
I made sure I was always looking at, you know, the heart of the athlete as opposed to exactly what they were doing, because I never wanted to be in a position where I wasn't giving my all.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, you know, talking about the people you look at, this episode is Black History Month episode, right? So we actually created a trivia for you, which we're gonna, you know, kind of play with the audience too. Okay. And this trivia is a Black History Month trivia. It's about, it's just a quiz on different Black, you know, history of people.
Okay, let's see.
And we'll see how many you get right.
Okay.
Right? So, you know, the audience, if you have the answer to these questions, you know, obviously don't yell them out. We gotta see if she knows the answer. But these are pretty easy. I think you'll get all of them.
Let's see if my old brain can remember.
Can we get it started? The trivia? All right. You say your old brain, can you remember?
My old brain. Yeah, I'm kind of old.
You don't look old, really.
I'll be 52 in May.
Yeah, these are pretty easy. I'll see.
Okay.
Yeah. We have them up. Okay. So first question is, where did Martin Luther King Jr. deliver his famous I Have a Dream speech? A, Memphis, Tennessee, B, Atlanta, Georgia, or C, Washington, D.C.?
At the mall, Washington, D.C.
Correct. You know, clap for that. Everybody clap for that. Pretty easy. We know the famous speech was, you know, Washington, D.C. Amazing. Second, What was Muhammad Ali's nickname? A, the greatest, B, the fridge, C, Mookie.
The greatest of all times.
Right, yeah, the GOAT. Yeah, that's it, that's correct. Do you believe he's the GOAT?
Do I believe he was GOAT, especially in his era, because he transformed the way the sport was competed and what he did outside of the sport, and just being a leader in his community, standing up for what he thought was right.
Yeah.
I absolutely believed it. And he was speaking into existence when he was going to knock people out, how. So, that really spoke wonders.
That's some GOAT stuff
for
right
him.
there.
Straight GOAT material.
Yeah. Third question. Which one of the following actresses is a EGOT recipient? Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. A, Octavia Spencer. B, Queen Latifah. C, Whoopi Goldberg. Okay. And the questions here too, if you want to see.
Did Whoopi win a Grammy though?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say Queen Latifah.
And that is incorrect.
That's incorrect.
Yeah.
Whoopi did win a Grammy?
Yeah. Whoopi
Okay.
won one. Yeah,
For what? What's it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, but I know she won one of these.
Okay.
So yeah. Number 4, we have who played T'Challa in Black Panther?
T'Challa.
Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman.
You ain't even have
Oh,
to.
I didn't even get
you
that.
ain't even have to hear
I
it.
need to let you read
Yeah,
it?
she got it.
R.I.P. Black Panther.
R.I.P. man. That's my guy.
I know.
That's my guy right there.
Loved what he did.
Yeah. 5, we say All Eyes on Me is an album by which notorious rapper? A, Tupac Shakur, B, Snoop Dogg, or C, Dr. Dre?
Tupac Shakur.
Yeah. It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. Right now, I mean, to be fair, right now you are what?
I missed one.
4 for 5. Yeah, I'd say. 6. Which of the following is Maya Angelou's first body of work? A, I Know Why the Caged Birds Sing. B, The Heart of a Woman. A song flung up to heaven.
I Know Why the Caged Birds Sing.
Yes, that's great. That's great. Yeah. We're gonna fight through this. We're gonna fight through these, 4 more. How many times did Kobe Bryant win the NBA championship? A, 3, B, 5, or C, 7?
Michael won 6. So maybe Kobe won. Him and Shaq, 5.
Is that your final answer?
Oh, you're saying that like I'm wrong.
Is that your final answer? I don't know. You gotta lock it in. Someone from the audience wants to
Yeah, it
answer.
wasn't 7. 5.
You'd say 5? What do you guys want to say? 5? Well, it was 7.
How, it was?
I'm joking. It was 5.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
class
like,
part.
how? You didn't.
Yeah. Thank you for the laugh. So, number 8, we say Jackie Robinson debuted in the MLB as first base for which team? A, Brooklyn Dodgers, B, Brooklyn Athletics, or C, Los Angeles Dodgers?
The Dodgers, was it in New York or L.A.? I'll say Brooklyn.
Brooklyn which one?
Dodgers.
Brooklyn Dodgers? That's correct.
It is good.
Yeah. 9. Which sport movie did Michael B. Jordan star in? A, Creed, B, The Fighter, or C, Fox
Creed,
Catcher?
all the Rocky spinoffs.
Yeah, Creed. Yeah. It's a good movie. 10. One of my favorite questions on here. Which comedian played Crown Prince Akeem in Coming to America? A, Martin Lawrence, B, Eddie Murphy, or C, Chris Tucker? Before you answer that, do you know it?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to know if the audience know it. Does anyone know the answer to that question?
Yes.
Right here.
Chris Tucker.
Oh,
All right, somebody get him out of here. Thank you. Somebody get him out. It's not Chris Tucker. It was,
the Prince of Zamunda,
which is
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. Thank you. And then last but not least, for this one, it's pretty easy. I'm expecting the audience to have it. I don't know. But which Disney Channel show did Zendaya make her acting debut in? A, Hannah Montana, B, Good Luck Charlie, or C, Shake It Up?
I'll say Good Luck Charlie. I missed it?
No. It's
that's
not
right?
Good Luck Charlie.
Okay,
no,
good.
It's not Good Luck Charlie.
Yeah, I'm too old for that.
And which one was it, crowd? No, not you again. No, not you again. Shake It Up. Yeah.
Wow, I have to look at that. I have no idea what that even is.
Wait. So hold on. So I lost track. I think. Did you miss two? You missed two. Okay, so you missed two. So you got 9 out of 11.
Okay.
So
not bad.
yeah, not bad at all, actually.
Oh, one more.
You have one more in there? Oh, I don't have it on the
Lord.
paper. But we read it on the screen together.
Let's see. 63.
In what year did Rosa Parks refuse to give up her bus seat in Montgomery, Alabama, sparking the Montgomery bus boycott?
63.
1963? I want to ask the audience this, because I want to see if y'all been paying attention in class. Yeah, that person all the way back there. Yeah.
1950.
Yeah, get out of here. So it's 1963. What?
You said it's not.
It's 55.
It's 55?
I'm getting worried that it's 1965 or 55. It's 55? Yo, let's get, hold on.
They say it's 55.
Hey, I am so sorry, Rosa Parks. I'm extremely sorry, man. Wait, what did that person back there say?
55.
Yeah, see, that's not correct either way. It's 55?
So I got 3 wrong.
Right. Okay, so we're ending it with a 9-12.
9 out of 12.
9 out of 12. So, yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah, let's clap it up for her. She got 9 out of 12. Now, to end it off, we are going to hand it to the students, to crowd, because, you know, you said a lot today. We want them to ask questions on what they were curious about or things they want to know personally from being an athlete themselves. So,
Okay.
If you got a question for her, raise your hand. We'll pick on you. See that guy right there?
Have I ever dunked a ball? I did a dunk contest in Italy, but I never dunked during the game.
Wait, so did... We're going to need a little quiet on set real quick.
Okay.
Steven, can we get a quiet on set? Hold on.
I scored, my career high was 47.
That's clean. Wait, so the dunk contest, was it like you...
It was an all-star game, so just like they do the dunk contest, so it was an
in
all-star
Italy,
game
though?
in Italy.
That's nice. All right, any other questions? Oh, we got one right there.
Young man in the front.
Yo, quiet on set.
Thank you. That's a great question. As one of the first women to play in the WNBA, I think the league was still figuring things out. So we went through a lot of challenges as far as housing, like just the stuff behind basketball, not on the court, but all the other stuff, pay, where we would live, the car situation, because they provided homes, cars, and pay. So we just had to figure that out. We made very little money initially, and now the women, relationally to what the men make, it's still not a lot of money, but they're making like $300,000, whereas we made like $30,000. So in the beginning, we definitely sacrificed, but it was worth it to be in the top league visually, as far as in the world.
Right.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you. And
So how did you differentiate your feelings and emotions with the experiences you have to deal with? Because I know sometimes it can get heated when you're on the court, and sometimes your own personal emotions can get involved. How did you separate that from your feelings?
Thank you for that question. Being able to differentiate, I think the court was always my safe space. So whenever I had negative things going on in my life, the court is where I went in order to feel better and not think about those things. So very seldom did I ever allow whatever was happening with me off the court to happen on the court. Because once I crossed that line, it was like having a blank slate. So if something happened on the court that caused me to get emotional, then I would have to check myself and recalibrate. But more often than not, basketball was the place where I went when I wanted to be happy, because it gave me that safe space.
we have another one right there.
I did it feel like when you walked on that court in front of all those people?
You know, when I came back to the States and got a chance to play in the WNBA, it was a different feeling because when I played overseas, these was all foreigners that I didn't know, so they spoke different languages. I was just in the country to do a job. But when I came back to the States and got a chance to play in front of my people and my family, like it was chills. And I remember the first time I played at Madison Square Garden and we walk in and you see like Denzel and Spike Lee, all the same superstars that were there to watch the men were at our games as well. So it was a huge honor. You get nervous, but once that ball goes up, you know, like you get in your own little zone and you don't even recognize the people in the stands. But the pregame is when all of that butterflies and jitters would take place. But it was an honor.
We have any?
Thank you.
We have any more? We got one right there.
Do you feel like you was the best in your time?
Do I feel like I was the best? I was definitely, I was more of a role player in certain instances because the first couple of years of the WNBA was focused on like the Olympians, and so the people that played had different roles. You know, there's a lot of, I'll say, politics involved in the sport, so your expectation is different. Like I averaged 27 points when I played overseas. When I played in the W, I averaged 8. It was just based on what the expectation was of me and me playing my role. So I definitely think I contributed to the game, both on and off the court. But we had so many amazing women that were out there. I was just really excited to be a part of what we were building.
All right.
Thank you.
Any more? We got more, any more questions? 2 more? We'll take 2 more here. No? You guys are good? Oh, all right, we're good. Yeah, with that being said, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you for coming with us here. You know, it was really great learning about your career and the life outside of basketball too, and the discipline that you have to teach people, and you know, your feelings outside of basketball, inside of basketball. That was really great to learn about. And yeah, thank you for coming. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much, and thank you guys so much for your attention.